I'm here with a special bike review on a 2021 Harley Street Glide CVO. Hey, I appreciate you supporting the channel. I do have some new merch in. If you want to wear one of these cool shirts and look spiffy while doing it and supporting a good cause, please check out the link in the description for our merchandise. This baby is nice. Price range on this, they really wouldn't tell me too much about, except for its mid 40s. So this is an expensive bike, very expensive. Got some custom paint on it and a lot of custom features, including what I've been told, a stage 2 kit on the 117 motor. So this entire engine itself is actually custom from what the salesman was telling me. I don't know how much to believe because he didn't really know too much about the bike except for that I should test drive it.
Yes, sure.
Obviously it's got some cool sound system built into it. It's got a custom motor, like I said, Screaming Eagle 117. And of course, everything is blacked out, really nice looking. Custom bags on it, custom pipes. Yeah, this is a nice bike right here. Something that if you were thinking about buying, you'd want to drive first, but you know, how often can you find these bikes to test drive? So I happen to be down here, Motorcycle Week in Laconia, and they had the demo rides, and the salesman, after seeing me ride a few bikes, said, why don't you try this one? So I was like, sure. Let's talk about it a little bit. What do we got for features that come on this bike? We've got heated hand grips, obviously quite the stereo system, infotainment system with built-in GPS. I really like how you have your own gauges for everything. I mean, it's kind of nice. It's nice when it's on one screen, but it's also really nice when everything's broken up. Of course, it's got a little bit of a raked position with a full fairing, so we're going to be protected from the wind pretty well. And I'll tell you, the seat is super comfortable on this. Super comfortable. This would be an easy bike to ride all day in for sure. Speaking of riding, let's get on the road and try this thing out, shall we? This is a very heavy motorcycle. I would be nervous about dropping this bike and the damage that you would do to it because it's all custom parts. So we're going to be super duper careful with it. Starting it up, obviously we got a fork lock, there's a built-in security system, and then we have our traditional Harley Davidson start buttons, custom CVO graphic on the deal there. Wow, nice. It sounds really good. I can already tell this bike is very well designed. Just by going over a few of these bumps, I can tell that they spent some time on the comfort of the suspension. Plenty of room, plenty of room. And it sounds good. You hear that? Oh, wow. I like it. Yes, plenty of power. Plenty of power. Actually, this bike is deceptive. It doesn't feel like you're going as fast as you actually are. Maybe because of the big fairing. Smooth as butter, though. Smooth as butter. As far as handling goes, this bike is it's quite large and heavy, so you obviously you're not going to throw this thing around in the corners like you would a normal Harley Davidson or motorcycle for that matter. This is a big bike, but it doesn't feel bad in the corners. It does feel heavy, so it feels like it wants to push itself out of the corner when you're going around. But at the same time too, I mean, we're doing 55, 60 miles an hour on these corners, and it doesn't feel bad at all. It just feels like it's a big bike that's heavy. What a comfortable ride, though. You could ride on this bike for days if you needed to. Wow. And a lot of power. I mean, even in the upper RPMs, it pulls right up to redline. Dual disc brakes in the front. So, I mean, with a big bike, you gotta have big brakes, but it doesn't feel too bad at all. Here we go. Yeah, this bike feels great. It's got a lot of power, and it is super comfortable. I can't believe how comfortable this bike is to ride. I feel literally like I'm driving a couch down the road. It's great. You know, it's interesting to see Harley with the CVO lines that they're making now. They've got so many custom vehicle options, as the name means, that there's really a lot of possibilities on how these bikes can be customized. For instance, this bike has a completely customized Screaming Eagle engine right from the factory, so you know that's pretty awesome. Touchscreen system right here, and it's friendly with gloves, so I can touch and go right to my GPS if I need to, know where I'm going. And again, I still have gauges here with all of the information that I need. So pretty cool for sure. Pretty cool. I think this might be the coolest Harley that I've ridden in quite some time. Outside of my Pan American, I really like this bike. Of course, you can almost buy 2 Pan Americans for this price. I mean, again, this is almost $50,000. It's in the upper 40s. All right, here we go. We've got a pretty sharp corner right here. Take this nice and gently, and then we'll give her some. Super smooth power delivery. Super smooth power delivery. No questions asked. Nice and smooth down low. Really, really nice. And handling, not bad for a big bike like this. I mean, really, when you think about it, this is a large, very large bike. Now, the intake kit on the right side here is actually hitting my shin a little bit, and there's quite a bit of vibration with it, obviously, with the big motor. So I kind of find myself moving my foot back a little bit. Probably if you were smaller, it wouldn't be a big deal, but it's still there. Just something to think about. I can't believe how well this rides, though. This bike, if you check out some of the other videos on my channel, you'll see me on this route, and but the road is very bumpy, and so I can feel the bumps, obviously, but you can't really feel them. you can see them coming on, and you feel them a little bit, but I mean, it's just super plush. Super plush. Nice. It's quiet at cruising, but crack the throttle and it's right there. So really well thought out. As far as controls go, there's joysticks. There's like 4 joysticks on this box. There's on the left hand side, you've got a joystick for controlling the infotainment system. It has cruise control, everything kind of in one button, and over here you've got a handset control as well as directional control for the infotainment system again. So there's a lot going on. I'm not a huge fan of the joystick thumb when you're wearing gloves. It's really challenging, but you know, it is what it is. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. They are small joysticks though. Harley really thinks about it when they build a bike of this stature. They want the bike to have the options that the high-end consumer is going to look for, but they need the fit and finish there as well. And you can feel it on this bike. Again, a full fairing bike, really comfortable to ride, super comfortable. And it's got the Harley sound. A friend of mine has a Street Glide like this, and it's a fun bike to ride with him. He'll ride all day long without stopping if he doesn't want to, you know, for gas or whatever. He doesn't care. Myself, on some of my Triumphs that I've had, like my Scrambler, it's super fun to ride, but you're feeling it. You know, about 90 minutes into the journey, you've got to stop and stretch. You know, take a second. This bike right here, I can see why you could drive for so long with it. It's very, very comfortable, easy to drive down the road. It doesn't feel like it's a big bike, but it, you know, obviously it weighs quite a bit. There's decent wind protection, so if you were out in the bad weather and it decided to rain, I wouldn't be nervous about it. All in all, a pretty nice package they put together on this. Everybody's driving like grandpas. Probably because there's a cop up here. There's been so many police on the demo route today. It only takes a few cowboys to ruin it for everybody else. And what did I say? You are correct. Now it is 35, not 25. Okay, welcome to the back of the track. We'll take a short jaunt on Grandma's driveway, and then we'll open this baby up and see what she can do. Okay, here we go. Wow! And I thought the other Harley I drove was fast. This thing has got to take the cake. It's got a lot of power. In fact, it's crazy that I can see why they have a rev limiter on it, because it pulls right up to the top and you almost don't expect it. Wow, what a cool bike. What a cool bike. Well, if you're in the market for a cruiser like this, this is the bike to have, but do you have the funds to make it happen? That's what I'd say. This would be a perfect 10, in my opinion, for a cruiser bike. But again, you're going to pay the price for that. Let me know what your thoughts are. Have you driven one of these? Do you own one? What's your thoughts? Would you purchase a CVO? Leave it in the comments section below. Thanks again for subscribing. This is Pete. Again, ride safe.